Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and we are syndicated on Abundant TV, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. I found another really good article, and this is 20 ways to fit more movement into your day. And I found this because Pam sent a message. She said, "Hey, I work in an office all day long and I just don't get enough exercise. Can you see if you can find some information about what to do if you're working in an office, just can't get out of there, and you just feel like you're not getting enough exercise?" Okay, so this is a real good one right here. It's found on yardworker.com. You know, I've mentioned that one several times. And so I think this gives us some really good ideas. You know, you're working in an office and you really just kind of sit there stationary. You're in front of the computer all day long. And we all do need more movement. So this is a good one right here. It's number 1 of 20. And it says, make a plan to take daily walks. Sometimes if we just plan it, we'll do it. Even short daily walks have a number of benefits, ranging from improved cardiovascular health to better mental health. So set aside time on your calendar just to take a short walk. Even 15 minutes is a good time to do it. Clear your head, get a little fresh air, and get that body moving. Now, we're living in a part of Alabama where there are no malls. And so I always thought it was kind of cool because we're living in Oxford, and I used to have a business in the Quintard Mall. I don't know what they call it now. I think it's something else. But it was kind of neat because I can actually take a break and walk around the mall. And I forgot what the mile limit or what it was in mileage when you walked around the entire mall. And that would give me a break. Now, during pretty weather, I would walk outside around the mall, getting that fresh air in, and that also helps. But you can find a place to do that, do so. But taking a walk, it kind of clears the mind too, because when you're in an indoor space all the time, you're in there, say, for 8 hours in a day, or maybe even a little bit longer than that. I don't know, it's something about getting outside kind of rejuvenates me. So that's just another idea right there for you. Have you heard of the standing desk? I mean, I stand up all the time anyway. I'm sitting down right now for the show, but when I'm working projects for you guys, or maybe I'm cooking a meal and I'm showing you how to cook whatever, it's kind of neat. I like to stand up. I don't know. I don't know. I just like to stand up. But if you're able, a standing desk is a good way to stop sitting so much throughout the day. Many standing desks also are adjustable, which means you can stand for a few hours and then sit if you need to concentrate or you rest. And if you can't buy a new desk, try propping your laptop on a few books. I've done that before. And that'll suit the height and give your standing desk kind of a test run just to see if you like it before you invest in it, you know. But it is kind of neat to stand up while you're working. Number 3 is a good one. It's schedule time for an improv dance party. Let's see what this is all about. It might feel a little weird at first, but if you give kind of a little dance party, it's a great way to get the endorphins growing and flowing and the blood pumping. Put on your favorite upbeat song and dance like nobody's watching. This reminds me of a lady I met when I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina. And she used to watch the show out there. It was called The Woman's Edge then. So this lady walked up to me and she said, "I know you, but you don't know me." And here I am put on the spot, and I didn't know her. I didn't know who in the world she was. She said, "I see you and you see me every single day." And I said, "I'm sorry, I'm not recognizing you." And I'm thinking, is it a neighbor that, maybe a new neighbor that's just moved in? I mean, we lived on a little, it was kind of like a little private cul-de-sac, a little private circle we lived when we were living in Charlotte. But I knew all my neighbors, and I'm thinking, who in the world is this? And she said, "You see me every single day." And then she started dancing. And it still didn't click with me because I didn't remember seeing anybody dance. She was an older lady, and I didn't remember seeing anybody dancing. And then I thought, wait a minute, is she the Chick-fil-A cow? And it was a Chick-fil-A cow, and it was so funny. I said, wait a minute. You're the Chick-fil-A cow that I see every single day when I'm going to the studio. She said, that's right, that's me. And I said, wow, what a fun job you have. And she said, yes, you had retired. And she said, I was bored and I was driving my husband crazy. And he said, you like to dance? Why don't you see if Chick-fil-A will hire you to dress up in the cow outfit? And that way you can dance and nobody's going to know who you are. And she did it, and she was a good one. Had more energy than any young person I've ever seen dressed up in the cow. And I said, well, what kind of music do you listen to? And she said, my 60s stuff, my 1960s. I've got Aretha Franklin and all that stuff playing. And she was so good. So every time I would see her, I was always waving at her anyway. And she saw the magnet on the outside of my car, so that's how she knew who I was. But anyway, that was so funny. I know you. Okay. Number 4 is do exercises at your desk. Yeah, and you can do that from stretches to under desk treadmills. There are a lot of ways to get moving while you're stuck at work. Use the desk as a balance to get deep back stretches. That's what I do every morning anyway. Or take a long walk around the building when you've got a few minutes of free time. And if you keep this habit going, the results will definitely add up over time. And it really does work. I told you guys about the stretching exercise I do every single morning, and I've got myself worked up to 100 of those a day. And it's something you can definitely do. Now, I started out with 10 because I'm one of those. I'll start out something and I'll think, well, just 10. I was going ahead and do 50 of them. Well, then when I do 50, I'm so tired. I'm hurting all over the place because my body's not used to doing 50 of them. So do start out small, okay? Do it in baby steps, okay? That's what I've learned to do. But I started out doing 10 of those, and then I worked up to 25, and then I went to 50, and now I'm at 100 of them. And but all you can do this against the wall. I do it on the counter in the bathroom that we have. So I put my hands right on the counter right here. Now you got to make sure you got one that's a smooth, because and I have to get a towel to put over the counter because it's marble, and that marble can kind of hurt your hands right here, as you're holding onto it. So I just hold onto that counter, and again, I'm just doing these kind of like little squats, and it's good exercise. I'm gonna tell you what, when you get into an exercise program like that, you're going to find that you got more energy. And so that's what it's all about. And you're not so tired at the end of the day. Okay, now here's another one. Take a walk instead of driving. If you're in an area, you can do that. I've done that. It's when Mr. Bentley was the governor. Of the state of Alabama. I live in Alabama. And his wife came to Geraldine High School, and I live just a couple of miles from Geraldine High School. So I know it's going to be, I was called on, I had to go and talk with her and report it. And so I just walked over there. And now don't do this in the hot summertime if you've got to, like, interview somebody really important. But it was about this time of the year, but it was a lot warmer than it is right now. I mean, we've had freezing temperatures outside. But anyway, I thought, why not walk? It's just 2 miles, if that far. So I went ahead and walked. I felt a little more energized when I got there, and I don't walk with high heels. So I brought my tennis shoes with me and then put everything else in a gym bag. And then when I got there, I put my heels back on. And so anyway, that was just opt to walk. So here's what this article says about it. If you've got to run errands that are only a few blocks away, leave the car in the garage and head out on a walk. Bring along a push cart if you've got hefty groceries to carry home. Otherwise, plan to leisurely stroll down the street and enjoy the fresh air while you tend to your essential business. That's a grand idea. Try to do that. And another thing I always got into the habit of when I was living in Charlotte, almost everything was either you could take the elevator, because it's like the biggest city in North Carolina. There was like Charlotte, then there was the rest of North Carolina. Like Atlanta, then the rest of Georgia. That's what Charlotte is. And so I would opt, if it wasn't like, 20 floors or something, I would opt for the stairs instead of using the elevator. And it was always quicker anyway because you'd get people piled on the elevator and, and then it would be forever people getting off or getting on or whatever. So I would always make it up. If it's like, just a couple of 3 flights of stairs, I would make it a lot quicker to my destination if I just took the stairs instead of using the elevator. So that's just another reason. Plan weekly nature walks with the kids. I think that's an awesome idea right there too. Getting outside, especially during the spring, is a great way to move more. On the weekends, make a plan to head a nearby park or even in the backyard for a nature walk. Identifying florals and trees and stuff like that, that's the way to go anyway. Not only is it good exercise, but it's good fun for the kids and the adult to learn more about their surroundings. I'll tell you something else you can do, and you can find reliable websites. You can go to the State of Alabama site on gardening, and you can find edible flowers and edible outside grasses and edible whatever, and choose those. Like dandelions are out right now. Bees go crazy over dandelions. And so that's just another awesome thing for you to do. Find the edible kind of stuff. Now be real careful. Oh, and you can also download an app, and I've downloaded it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And what it'll do, if you're just kind of, you don't know, what is this particular flower? What's it all about? Here it is. It's called Picture This. Picture This. And so what you'll do is if you're doing a nature walk, and you see there's a plant, I wonder what that is. It looks like it would be a pretty flower. And you'll take a picture of it, and then what happens is it finds what that plant is. And it'll tell you all kinds of information about it. It'll tell you whether it's edible, or it'll tell you it's poisonous, stay away from it, don't touch it, you could get poison oak or whatever. But this is a real good one. Now you can get it free. Try it free for 7 days. And after that, it's only $29.99 for the entire year. But then you can try it free for 7 days. Okay, so anyway, that's a good one. It's called Picture This. A lot of good apps out there. And by the way, make sure you do get a reliable app. Okay, don't get something that's going to be like creepy weird. And get something, I'd rather get something where I've got to pay for it. It's just a small amount. So I'd rather get something I can pay for than to get bombarded with weird text and emails all the time. So do go ahead and check that out. Let me get back to my timer so I can make sure I don't go over. Oh, I gotta go. Let's go ahead and go into a commercial break, and we'll be right back with more ideas. If you work at a desk, how can you get exercise? We'll be back in just a few minutes.
At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Let Rhonda at Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC take the burden off you for all your tax needs. I know because Rhonda has been taking care of my business since 2013. I feel Rhonda works for me because she knows the direct questions to ask to better benefit my unique business in order for me to get back the biggest refund possible. Rhonda is an ongoing student, and she knows tax laws are in a constant change every year. Call 256-281-9903 for an appointment to take the dread out of getting your taxes done. Rhonda is located at 11968 U.S. Highway 431 in Boaz. Again, that number is 256-281-9903. And let Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC champion your personal and business taxes.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer
yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Begin a great year and save big money with these specials at Albertville Foodland Plus. A 5-pound bag of red or gold potatoes only $2.99 each. Warm up with Campbell's Chunky Soup, 2 for $4. Slim down with gold salads, only $2.99 each. And make sure to check out the deli with fresh veggies and tasty pork chops or hand-battered chicken fingers, only $5.99. Check us out on the web at shop.foodlandgrocery.com. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers.
Okay, we are back. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, as well as Abundant TV, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. We are back. We're talking about how can you get some exercise if you're stuck at a desk all day. You know, this can be for the mom that stays at home with the kids too. You know, how can I get some exercise? I got them for you right here. This is a good one right here. Park your car farther away than normal. So you're going to Walmart, you're going to wherever, one of our sponsors that we have here on the station, and you want to park as close to the door as you possibly can. Let me tell you why you don't want to park as close to the door as you possibly can. I like to park where the carts are kept, okay, and especially at Walmart. And I do that for a couple of reasons. First of all, safety reasons. Okay, so I've bought groceries and I'm at my favorite grocery store. I park close to where the carts are gathered, and this is really easy. I find I'm not walking as many steps. Maybe I don't need to mention this one, because here's what happens. You park close to where the carts are, and if you don't do that and you park really close to the front of the store, and you take you got to put the cart back, okay? You got to be a good citizen. Put the cart back. Then I got to walk back to the car again. So here's what happens. I've got to lock the door. Then I got to go back, put the cart back, then unlock the door again. So you're saving a few steps if you do it that way, actually, in the long run. Plus, it's easier to get out. The closer you park to the front door of a business, the longer it's going to take you to get out of there. Yeah, because you've got to weasel around and get out of that park. So park as far away as you possibly can. It's just a few extra steps and you'd be amazed. Now here's one I've already said. Take the stairs. Yeah, take the stairs if you can, okay? Now another one is set aside time to stretch in the morning. That's what I'm doing in the morning. You'd be amazed at what that can do for you. So their take on this is after a long night's sleep, many folks wake up stiff and creaky. Especially the older you get, you creak in places you never thought you'd creak at. Battle that feeling with a 15-minute stretching session. It's like first thing in the morning. There are tons of full body stretches that you can do, tutorials that you can do on YouTube, or you could work your way through a new favorite yoga pose before you get started on that busy day. Absolutely you can. Okay, exercise while you're watching TV. That's a good thing to do. Now I've seen these little things on commercials on television. And it's like this, it's like it has pedals to it. So while you're sitting there watching television, why not go on ahead and exercise, pretend you're riding a bicycle while you're watching television? So instead of vegging out, this is what they say, instead of vegging out on the couch, start moving while you're watching television. And you could do stretches, sit down on the floor for leg lifts, or even get in a few miles on the treadmill or indoor bike, all while watching your favorite shows. Yeah, while I'm watching Andy Griffith. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, join a neighborhood walking or running group. I think this is a good idea. This is number 11 out of 20. Get with a whole bunch of people. The more folks you get around, they're going to encourage you. You know what? And my friends would say, hey, Lazy, why aren't you out here walking with us? I promise you, they'll motivate you to walk, okay? So get with your friends. Meet up with them a couple of times a week. There's always a park close by, and you're getting to see the beautiful park, the things that people are doing in the park, and, if you're a people watcher, that's another way you can be a people watcher. Okay, let's see. Try sneak in squats. Oh, this is really good. And I used to do this one when my son was little. So, and this was really good exercise. So he was a little fella. Now, after he got up to about 2 years old, he couldn't do it anymore. He got too heavy. But hold something. Hold your child. This is a good thing for you moms to do at home. You got that new little baby. Hold them, cradle them up right here, and then do squats. You're going to get some super exercise out of that. So let's see what the author says about this. Squats help build the muscles in your back and legs, and they're easy to sneak in at random parts during the day. Do a set while you're waiting on dinner to cook or while standing in front of the TV. And pick up that kiddo to do that. That'll give you some excellent exercise. Number 14, get up and move around at least once an hour. Okay. You know what? The boss man is actually going to like this, because if you're even if all you do once an hour, you just walk around your cubicle, if that's all you do, it's going to give you a little bit more energy, and guess what? You're going to be more productive. And if the boss says, what are you doing? You say, I've got a trick on being more productive. They're going to like that, I promise you. So for folks who spend their entire day at the desk, it's easy for hours to pass by so much as standing up for a bathroom break. So let's set a timer on your phone, or watch to get up and move around for about 15 minutes each hour. You don't have to take that long. Just a couple of minutes is all it takes. Whether that's taking the dog outside for a quick walk or sneaking in a quick strength training workout with exercise bands. You can do it. Get outside and work in the yard. This is a gimme right here. I can hardly, as soon as I get through recording, I'm going to go out and start pruning the muscadine vines. That's a little bit past pruning. Need to do that earlier. But the muscadine vines and just a few of the trees are all I've got left in pruning. So Phil's outside doing something right now. So spring's on the way. It's time to get that yard's got to get some more attention. So let's just kill two birds with one stone. Exercising and cleaning up the outdoor spaces by heading outside to rake leaves, scrub down the grill, or cut the grass with a push mower. Does anybody use a push mower anymore? It's kind of hard on Phil because he cuts 2 yards. He cuts our yard and he cuts Mother's yard as well. So that, it kind of works out for him. Okay, I've still got time, so let's talk about these. Play a movement video game. I've never done this before. It's where people are wearing these little things on their head, and they're playing like tennis or something. So even the most plugged in among us can work more movement in their day. So you've got a gaming system. Look for games that will get you up and moving, like Beat Saber, which involves swinging imaginary lightsabers in the tune of techno beats, or just dance for the Nintendo Switch. You know what I like to dance to? I put on some Aretha Franklin, and I go on ahead and I start dancing to that. It's just really, really good exercise. You're using up a lot of calories when you're dancing as well. And if nothing, just move around. I'll tell you something else you can do. Sit in a chair and just do some stretching exercises. All you got to do, and who cares what everybody else thinks? When I learned to do things that I know is the right thing to do for my health and for my body, I don't care what other people say, just do it. So this is what I like to do. When I was working at GTE, I used to do this. So you can stretch. You're sitting in your chair, you're at your cubicle, okay, and you just made your sales calls and you've been talking to some folks in the community. Just do a little bit of stretching exercise. So what you can do, even if it's nothing but going all the way down to the floor and putting your hands down around your ankles and then stretching up, that's just some really good exercise. You're going to find more energy. Now it looks weird, okay, it looks really strange, but do that. Let me tell you something else you can do. While you're in the car, when you stop at a red light or a stop sign, you can do a couple of little stretching exercises then. Yeah, I know people on the other side of you who see you doing this think you've lost your mind. But do it anyway. It's just some really good exercise. A lot of people work in their cars. So if you're a truck driver, you're out there on the road all the time, you need some exercise too. If nothing else, just get out. And I know you guys don't want to do like us women do, but do a few little stretching exercises. It's going to be good for you. Okay, here's another one. Lounge. Don't walk. Lunge. Don't walk. Even if you're walking around the house, consider making those steps just a little bit bigger and throw in just a few stretch lounges. It may look a little strange, but it'll definitely help you build strength up in your legs. I'll tell you something else you can do for building strength up in your legs. There are these little weights you can get. Now, I found some weights for like $2 at Shepherd's Cove Thrift Shop. And they come with Velcro. And what you do is you put them around your ankles. And this is if you work, maybe you work out of your house. A lot of people work in their house now. And that's a little bit of exercise too. I don't think it's very much weight. I mean, you can get like big weight ones if you want to do that one. But this is, I don't know, it's probably less than a pound, I'm pretty sure. And so putting those on your legs, and then when you do get up, go get some more coffee, take a restroom break, whatever you're doing. This is going to give you a little bit more exercise too. And it's going to really build up those muscles in your legs. And your feet are going to love you for it. And you're going to find you're going to sleep better at night too. All right, let's see, we've got 3 more. Most of us take a virtual meeting while walking. Most of us are still taking tons of meetings or virtual platforms like Zoom or Restream, which means that it's possible to get outdoors while you're on a call. So head outdoors to a quiet space for a walk during your daily meeting, or consider turning the camera off for a stretching session when it's not your turn. Don't forget to turn it back on again, though, just in case it comes back to you, okay? All right. Oh, I got to hurry. 2 more. Take up a new outdoor hobby. Yeah, inevitably getting outdoors means moving more. And now that the weather's nice, it's going to be, I promise it's going to get better. That's easier than ever. So head out to a park with friends for a game of disc golf, or take up tennis at a nearby rec center. Hiking, cycling, geo-coaching. There's solid options that'll get you up there and moving. We got 1 more. Remember, all your movements add up. So even if you're not able to dedicate a full hour each day to working out, spending 5 or 10 minutes a couple of times a day definitely does add up over time. So carve little chunks of time out of your schedule to make room for movement, and you'll see the benefits in absolutely no time. But I'm just telling you, if you'll get those little weights that go around your ankles, you can find them at Amazon.com. Click that link right there. And when you order something through Amazon or MyPillow, you're actually helping us out here at the station too. And we definitely appreciate that. It helps us keep the lights on. Absolutely. But go to Amazon.com, and they're called ankle weights. Get those. You can also get them for your wrist as well. Thank you again so much for watching. We're going to come up with another show in just a few minutes. We'll be back. Again, thank you for watching The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182, on Charter Communications, and Abundance TV, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, an Amazon fire. Again, thank you so much for watching. I sure appreciate it.